For this presentation, we will have the Carolina Panthers come up and present their season to us. You know how when teams win 3 more games than they did the previous year, most teams would be excited and overjoyed? We're whelmed.
Imagine improving.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for noticing. Anyway, the main topic, Bryce Young. Very touchy subject to us, especially with how last season went. Um, Obviously, this year, to start off with, he was really bad, awful, abysmal, whatever you want to describe it as. And then we kind of got fed up with him and benched him for Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton did just as bad or worse in some cases. And then at that point, we were just like, might as well just give Bryce Young his starting position back. And then he started doing well, which is interesting. Kind of did not expect that. It still does not make up for the trade that we made with the Bears, but it does show signs of improvement. So, yeah, I guess I'll take it for now.
Imagine having a competent quarterback.
Hey, we have Kirk Cousins. If anybody wants to take him, we'll even pay you to have him as your franchise quarterback. I am so glad that I am not that desperate to accept that offer. But anyway, so one of the things that was also very positive on the offense, Adam Thielen, the former Vikings wide receiver that was really good for them, came down to Carolina and he had a kind of a resurgence year. He did pretty well. Didn't know that he still had some stuff left in the tank. And then Xavier Legette, who was the receiver that we drafted this last year, he also did pretty well. However, there is one issue that we have with him. What's wrong with Xavier Legette? I don't know, man. He talks about horses too much. Huh? We're trying to communicate with him, and we're trying our best here. What did you say? Yeah, I don't know. We're still trying to communicate with him, but he knows how to catch football, and that's literally all we care about because we need consistency and decent wide receivers. So, I mean, moving away from our wide receivers, our team as a whole has kind of improved, I guess, if you want to call it that. There's more optimism, something we haven't had in a bit. They're starting to work well together, mostly because of our coaching staff. We kind of brought in some new guys, and our head coach has kind of rallied the team a little bit. Now, the only thing that we have to do with our head coach is keep him away from the fan section. What about your head coach? Dave Canales is the hottest coach in the NFL now.
I'm sorry. Hottest coach in the NFL? Really? I mean, Matt LaFleur.
Does that necessarily help you win games? Nope. But it does put fans in the seats. At least David Temper knows what he's doing. Oh, speaking of that guy, he kind of, let things play out. He wasn't kind of like a control freak like he was last year, which is good because now we can actually see improvement for once. Feels good to not have an owner breathing down your team, telling you what you can and cannot do all the time. Well, some teams can take notes on Tepper. Not again. While there were a lot of lowlights at the beginning of the year, things slowly got progressively better, and then we kind of turned into a somewhat competitive team, kept some games close, definitely scared a couple teams as well. I'd say that's pretty good.
Competitive at 5-12. Okay.
We almost beat you, by the way. Just saying. But if we were just focused on overtime games, we'd be 3-1. I'd say that's pretty competitive, I'd say.
Imagine being competitive. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. Except next year we'll be a competitive 7-10 team with Tech McMillan and Hunter Renfro. He's still playing?